So let me give some background story. So for those who don't know, for some reason, who are here and don't know, Romantic Goblin was one of the people that was like in Kumo's group, his support group for Cine Bear. So back in September, like the 21st of September, Goblin. Actually, maybe I can find the specific thing that she said. I don't know why it's not here anymore, because I didn't delete any messages. But Goblin had said something in the gossip channel, like on the 20th or the 21st. She said something like, I'm so pissed off right now, or I'm so mad right now. And then people were asking, why? Why, Goblin? Why are you mad? And then she never answered. This is actually something common that Goblin used to do, where she would say something, and then people would ask questions about it, and then she would just never respond, right? I recall there were like at least 3 different times where Goblin messaged me in DMs being like, hey, Enlaa, and I was like, okay, hey, what's up? And then she just never responded. I heard she was mad everyone calls the stream I was on the Chris stream. But isn't it your stream? The Chris stream? Oh, you mean when she did, right, when she did her stream on, who was it, Shade or Bruce? I can't remember which one it was. But anyway, I guess Vlad saw that in the gossip channel, and he said, I know why Goblin is mad. I think I know why Goblin is mad, lol. And he sent me this DM exchange between him and Goblin, with Goblin starting with, hey Pooh, would you be up to sell someone a gun? And Vlad says, no, lol, why? Goblin says, they aren't black. Like, as if, like, that was his biggest concern, or his biggest, like, hold-up for not doing it. He says, that has nothing to do with it, I just don't own an armory. And at first, we were both, like, incredibly confused, because I have no idea what this is about. At this point, I didn't even know, at least I think, I didn't even know that they were, like, talking to Cine at this point. She complained on the Kumo stream about it? Yeah, Chris, one thing you gotta know about Goblin is that she is very much in the game for content. That is her biggest, that is her biggest and only concern is the content good? That is her motivation for, like, a lot of this stuff. And, here's, like, another thing I wanted... Well, you know what? One thing at a time. But, she probably listens to a lot of the stuff that Kumo spouts about, like, you can't trust them, they're not like us, they're just gonna steal our hard work and use it for themselves, those commentary devils. He didn't actually say devils, but, like, it was very much a they're not like us, it's like us versus them kind of mentality with him. So I wouldn't put it past her to also have the same mindset when it comes to creating content. Like, it's mine, it's my content, you can't have it. Anyway, based it is. Anyway, so I just said, what's her deal, lol? Vlad says, I don't know, but, like, that's kinda illegal anyway. I can't just sell anyone guns online. Have to go through a broker. And I was like, I was so confused. Like, I had no idea. I was like, maybe it was just a theoretical question. Just throwing that out there. Because, like, Goblin said weird shit before. But also, I was like... Because, like, the fact that she would come into my server chat and be like, I'm so mad right now. And then be asking Vlad in DMs... to sell her a gun, or to sell somebody a gun. So I was like, is she gonna shoot herself? Or is she gonna shoot somebody? Or does someone else want to shoot somebody? Like, what is she fucking talking about? By the way, if someone has that Cinebear DM where she's talking about how she wants to kill Birdie, could you send that to me, or, like, link it to me in the gossip chat? That'd be great. Because I do want to show that on screen as well. Please and thank you. Thank you so much. But anyway, we continue. And I'm going to tell, like, my version of events here as we do this. But anyway, I respond with, it's still a very weird question to ask someone out of nowhere to sell a gun. There's only 3 reasons people do that. 1, they like a particular gun someone owns, they're in a rush to get a gun, or they don't want anyone, whether that be other people or the government, to know they own one. Uh, and I said, well, let me know if she decides to answer. She was being annoyingly evasive in the gossip chat yesterday because, again, like I said, all she did was come in and say, I'm so mad, and then never elaborated. If she gives you, I will absolve Goblin of all sins. I am a benevolent Rat King if she gives me the entire group chat. The thing is, Goblin doesn't have it anymore, apparently. Like I've said, they've deleted it. As far as I know, Vlad is the only person that has the exports of that group chat. And as far as I know, he's not gonna give it to anyone. Vlad's the kind of guy that likes to just have shit. Just for the sake of having it. I don't know why he does it. He just does. Anyway, so a day later, almost like, actually no, it wasn't a day later. Was it? No. Yeah, no, it wasn't a day later. It was like a couple hours later. A couple hours later, I was talking to somebody. There was, as far as we know, the group chat had Kumo, Cinny, Goblin, Evan, and then another person that I'm not going to name because this person does not want to be involved in this situation. They left the group chat pretty early on, like at the beginning of October, or even probably before that. I can't remember when. And they were brought into the group chat because nepotism. I mean, it's the only thing I can think of. Kumo likes to just like, he likes to just kind of drag people into shit without really asking. Because this person says, like, they were never really asked. They were just kind of invited to this group chat randomly, and I guess just expected to help. Oh, is Vlad here? Hang on, where... Is Vlad here? Because if Vlad is here... Like, if I get any information wrong that I'm saying, like, you feel free to, like, call in or like, you know, clear the air on anything I say here. Shit, where was I? But anyway, this person, came to me out of pure frustration, and told me that, like, yeah, Goblin and Kumo are talking to Cinny, like, right now, and I was like, wait, what? They're talking to Cinny? And they were like, yeah, and they brought me into it, and I'm trying to give Cinny advice, and, like, all of my advice keeps getting shot down by Kumo, and Kumo keeps saying, no, that's retarded. No, you're being retarded right now. Dude, you're being retarded. No, do this instead. And, like, for example, when the whole spat between Cinny and Birdie was happening, and, like, Birdie, like, stole some shit from Cinny's house, and, like, left the groomer hat, and all that shit. Like, Cinny was scared that they were gonna come in and, like vandalize her apartment or steal more of her shit or even attack her. And according to this person, like, the entire group chat was basically just feeding into her paranoia constantly, being like, they're gonna come after you, they're gonna get you, you need to protect yourself, Cinny. And just, like, bombarding her with messages, just constantly feeding into her paranoia. And meanwhile, this other person, and again, this is just hearsay, so I'm kind of just reiterating what I've heard from this person. This person was trying to tell Cinny, like, okay, why don't you just take, like, your most valuable or prized stuff or your most personal belongings and just store them in your car, and just, like, and, like, take safety in your car, and if they try to, like, you know, hurt you, you could, like, call the police or, like, drive away from them, or just, like, you know, keep your most valued stuff in your car until you can get Birdie off the lease and you can change the locks and stuff like that. And they were like, no, that's retarded. You're being retarded right now. And I don't know who is the first one that came up with the idea, but apparently Goblin said this in the group chat. Around the time, this was around the time after she asked Vlad for a gun. She says this in the group chat. Missouri doesn't have a mandatory wait time, Cindy. You can buy a gun. So apparently, they were talking about trying to get Cindy a gun to protect herself from a home invasion that wasn't happening. And had very little, like, instead of, like, getting the police involved, instead of anything like that, instead of like maybe asking for like someone to just like be nearby in case something happens, or like have them schedule a time to come visit and pick up the rest of Birdie's stuff with like an officer there, or like anything like that. Hold on. All right, go on, Vlad. No, she told Cindy that within a minute of me telling her that. Well, that's what I mean. It was around the same time. I don't know if it was before or after, but it was like around the time that you were like telling her that, you know, about the legalese and stuff. Yeah, I know, Blake, thank you. After, isn't that what I said? I said after, didn't I? Anyway, unfortunately, this Chris. Chris is dying for those group chat messages, Vlad. And I am too. And we'll go into an interesting comment that Goblin left like yesterday or this morning or whenever it happened. Because right now this is all we have. Thank you. Release the group chat. And so I've known about this since the 22nd. I've known about this. And I was the one that told Vlad that apparently it's for Cindy, because the person I knew that was in the group chat was telling me this shit. And they had mentioned, like, at some point, like, separate from this, right? Because I hadn't told this person. DMs? God, okay. Jesus. The screen cap you have is an hour ahead. Oh, but... Vlad, I said it was after, and you said it was after, okay? Oh my god. Okay, alright, here's more context, I guess. Here's more context. I'm not contemplating... So, this is on the same day, by the way. Or no, the day after. Yes, this is the day after. Oh, I haven't seen these yet. I'm not contemplating suicide or something if that's what you're worried about. The gun wasn't for me. I have my own guns. LOL. Cindy, you talked to Kumo? So she doesn't even deny it. She doesn't even try to deny it. She's just like, oh, did Kumo tell you? How'd you guess? So she doesn't deny it. She just says, like, oh, who told you? Enlaa said Cindy was looking for a gun, and also Cindy lives in my state. Yeah, because they're coming into her house when she's at work and posting shit about wanting her dead. Yes, but Cindy was also posting about wanting Birdie dead. They were both wishing death on each other. So it's like, why would you want to advocate for getting them a gun? And so here you see Vlad telling Goblin, Missouri doesn't have a mandatory wait time. She can just walk into a gun store and walk out with a shotgun. Which is odd, but... I'm looking at that. But, like, he literally says this to her, and then she repeats this to Cindy. Oh, okay, I see what you're seeing. I see what you're saying. Look at the time I sent the thing about Missouri, and then look at what she sent Cindy less than a minute later. So in this screenshot that I have, at 4:07 p.m., Missouri doesn't have a mandatory wait time. She can just walk into a gun store and walk out with a shotgun. I think Vlad and I are in the same time zone, and then the person that took this screenshot lives an hour ahead of me. Lives in a different time zone. But you see that this is 4:07, and then she says, sweet, at 4:08. And then 5:08, which is, this is a screenshot from somebody that lives in a different time zone. She says, in the group chat, Missouri doesn't have a mandatory wait time, Cindy. You can buy a gun. So she went straight to Cindy and said the exact same shit that Vlad was telling her. So, Vlad, can you tell us... Because you've told me before that you thought that, like, Goblin was joking, or that, like, she tried to say it was a joke. So, was Goblin trying... Are there, like, DMs where Goblin was trying to tell you that it was just a joke? Or, like, did she ever tell this to you in, like, a VC or something? Or is that just an assumption on your end that you came to? Where it's like you thought it was a joke? DMs, one sec. Okay. Well, I mean, it doesn't really matter if you unsub to Kumo, because his account doesn't even fucking exist anymore. What a fucking lovely support group. It's a mess. It's a fucking mess. Okay, well, Vlad's gonna send me something in DMs. But yeah, it's just wild. So, while Vlad is doing that, um, here's something funny. I don't think Chris would care if I showed, like, the comment that got deleted. But I sent Chris the live stream that Goblin was doing, where, this one in particular. So she started up a live stream, like, a day ago, and sent? Okay, got it. Got it. Sorry we're bouncing around a lot. You're kidding. Okay, so when was this? What day was this exactly? Oh, wait, I don't want There's like a new forward option that you can do. So when was this said? Like what day? It was a joke. Gotta find some other way to kill yourself. It was a joke. I already cleared it with Gilded. I wrote my server today. Oh, sorry, my bad. I can't read. So now Goblin is trying to say today that it was a joke. It was all just a joke. It was all just a joke. It was very clearly a joke. So she says she already cleared it with you. What do you think she means by that? Like, what do you think she means when she says that she cleared it with you? That, oh, it was just a joke. It makes no sense for this to be a joke. It makes absolutely no sense for it to be a joke. Because what's the punchline? So, Vlad responded with this today. Here lies the issue. You told me it was a joke, and I believed you. However, I was sent the above image. Well, it's below, but whatever. And that kind of kills the whole haha statement you told me. You wrote to her less than 60 seconds after I told you that she could walk into any gun store and walk out with a shotgun. It's difficult to believe it was a joke when you're also copying and pasting my advice. It looks like it was only a joke because I said no. Here's the thing, Vlad, if you have the exports, you can go and, like, this is why I was trying, when I sent you this screenshot, Vlad, I was asking if you could verify that it's in there. Because you have the exports, right? You could go in here and try to find where she says this in the exports and, like, verify it. But I don't know. I believe this is from the group chat because I didn't look because I'm lazy and don't care. Well, then send it to me. Send it to me, Vlad. To me! Send it to me, and so I can send it to Chris and get the $50. We'll make a back alley deal here. I'll cut you in. I'll send you like $5. I'll give you a cut. Yes, Vlad, we know. You don't care about anything. You never care about anything. We know how much you don't care. But yeah. So, she did a stream where I think the only mention...
I'm still in pain.
Let's see.
With the
well, she talks about her wisdom teeth, and no one cares about that. I'm sorry, Goblin.
I know, it is. It is. Kumo has left still hate insurance. Hi, by the way. Yes, lead pipes. I fucking hate insurance. Insurance is fucking ass. And then when it comes for them, pretty Jews.
Yeah, no one cares.
So I'll have to wait till December. He's done with the drama.
Okay, here we go.
So Kumo is no longer around. He's done with the drama shit. I'm not going to speak about Kumo. You know, he's I think Kumo has said it the best and put it the best in his video. Oh, hi Spazador. I hope you're doing if people want to, they can. Don't know if I'll do call-ins. If people, all my demon server, Akumu is now.
So yeah, all she really says is that Kumo's stepping down from the drama. Akumu owns the Discord server they made now. And she says she won't speak on the Kumo stuff, right? But that's really all that she says about it. And she, goes directly from that to talking about the election. And yeah, she just doesn't really talk about it at all. She just kind of moves on like she never had any part in that, no involvement whatsoever. And talking about politics and covering like lolcows, and Evan comes into the call because they're BFFs. Yeah, Evan shows up at some point and that like half of the viewership leaves because nobody fucking likes Evan. But yeah, she just kind of goes on like nothing happened. And I sent this to Chris because I was like, I think that she's just gonna pretend like it didn't happen. And so he actually sent 2 comments, but one of them mysteriously got deleted by Goblin. Let me show you that screenshot real quick. I don't think Chris would mind. But he actually sent 2 comments, not just one. He sent... The first one said, "Why won't the voices in my head stop, and who gave me a gun? Blam, 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 blam. A gun! Bang, 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 bang." And then he sent, "I need advice on getting a gun." That comment ended up getting deleted. So, I don't know. I don't know if, I don't know if she deleted it, or it got deleted automatically by YouTube. I really don't know. But, that comment got deleted. So I don't know. It could have been deleted automatically, or she could have deleted it. I don't know. And then, so he adds onto this comment after the fact, "I know about the gun advice." And Goblin says, "And?" Chris says, "I want gun advice too." Oh yeah, and there was someone here that was, like, claiming that... After Hours is, like... So, After Hours is not to be taken seriously. They were, like, a super Lio hater that was, like, spamming... The reason why I can't see him here is because I've hidden him from my channel. And I've probably blocked him, too. But he's, like, a super Lio hater, and he was, like, on this account and alternate accounts, like, trying to spam people's live stream chats and YouTube comment section with, like, set to newest. Well, no, these are in replies, dude. He would spam comment sections and live stream chats with Lio's docs. Anyway, so he says, I want gun advice. And this is what Goblin sends him. Ahem. Okay, just being, like, really, like, intentionally obtuse here. Okay, gun advice. If one is suicidal or mentally unstable, one should not obtain a firearm. Well, it's interesting she says that, right? Because she was trying to get Cinny Bear a gun. One should also look up their state regulations, as some states require permits or background checks, as well as a mental health evaluation before one is permitted to obtain a firearm. I wonder why she didn't do any of this research when asking Vlad. This is a very normal response to a shitpost, I know, right? Learning gun safety is a must. There's something in me that really believes that she just copied and pasted this from somewhere, or from ChatGPT. How much you want to bet this is like a ChatGPT? There's a reason I said fuck no to you in DMs, lol. I know, Vlad. You said, oh, fuck that. Learning gun safety is a must. Like, that feels like a copied and pasted response right there. So, like, I feel... Because, like, later on in this post, from my personal experience working at a gun store, we even have a list of red flags that applied to people who looked unwell or unstable. This has to be copied and pasted from somewhere. I don't think it's GPT, Chat GPT, because I don't think Chat GPT would just say, I work in a gun store. I feel like this is just copied and pasted from, like, somewhere else. I don't believe that she's ever worked at a gun store, because if she worked at a gun store, she would already know that you can't just buy guns from people over the internet without a license or without permits or anything. Without documentation and shit like that. She would have already known that. Anyway, I don't understand what her deal is and why she's trying to pass it off like it was just a joke, guys. It was just a joke. Because it clearly wasn't a fucking joke. And I know it wasn't a joke. Because when Vlad told her this, when Vlad told her that, where is it? I'm losing track of everything. Let me just close some things. No, it wasn't a joke. Because he said, Enlaa said Cinny was looking for a gun. And also, Cinny lives in my state. Which is a very good point. Because if it was just a joke, why would Goblin conveniently tell the one person that we all know lives in the same state as Cinny to sell Cinny a gun? If it was just a joke. Why him, of all people? It doesn't make any sense to me. It's actually something I want to do, because I forgot to do it before the stream. I should have done it before the stream, but I forgot. Give me a second here. I gotta go into my YouTube studio. Shit. The settings on YouTube are so confusing. Oh, never mind. There are no... Okay. Well, the Goblin was hidden for a while from my channel, I'll admit, because I just didn't want to deal with, like, the constant antagonizing that she and Kumo were doing, just to try and get my attention. And so I blocked both of them for a while. But then when Kumo, like, ass blasted his own channel into oblivion, I unblocked Goblin. Pretty sure, because she's not blocked here. So she can come into this chat to, like, explain herself, or even, like, call me, or whatever. So I'm down to, like, hear her side of the story. Absolutely. If she wants or needs to defend herself, she can do that. But I have a feeling that she won't. But as far as the group chat goes, the group chat is deleted, it's gone, and Vlad says, and again, Vlad, correct me if I'm wrong, but you've told me that you were in the VC with them when they decided to delete the group chat, right? And you said that they said their reason for deleting the group chat was so that Cinny couldn't clip shit from the group chat out of context and use it against them. Am I remembering things correctly? Yeah, I was there in Kumo's server, yes to the rest of that too. Okay, cool, so I remember it correctly. And if you guys remember, I don't know if you guys knew this, but Kumo, when he called in for a second time into ChudLogic's stream, because ChudLogic did an initial stream where he went over Cinny Bear's response, or Kumo's response that he ghost wrote for Cinny, allegedly. But he was going over that, he didn't like it, nobody liked it, and I guess Kumo felt the need to call in to, like, explain it, I guess. And he tried calling in, just, like, trying to pretend to be real chill and just be like, you know, it's not even a big deal. This is, like, a side thing for me. I'm just trying to get after Birdie. I just hate Birdie. Even though, like, he's never had any past history with Birdie before this at all. Aside from my live stream where he tried to argue in favor of Birdie for some reason. But, you know, before that, he never had a hatred of... He didn't even know who Birdie was before all of this. So it doesn't make a lot of sense that he suddenly hates Birdie out of nowhere. But Chud did a second stream when he was talking about Jar. And Kumo called into that stream as well, wanting to, like, shit on Jar and basically, like, clean up his own name a little bit, because he realized that the Jar thing makes him look really bad. And Chud was curious to see Kumo's DMs with Cinny, and people had mentioned to Chud about the existence of a group chat, and he asked Kumo about it, and Kumo's like, oh yeah, there's, like, a little group chat that we had just to, you know, keep in touch with Cinny and, like, give her advice and support from time to time if she needed it. And he was like, well, do you think you'd be willing to give us, like, the DMs and the group chat? And Kumo was like, oh yeah, totally, I'll give you the like, Kumo gave his own DMs with Cinny Bear to ChudLogic, which is hilarious, because of how badly it backfired. And then he was like, yeah, I can give you the group chat, but, like, it's so boring and uninteresting, and there's, like, so much personal information, there's, like, too much to redact. It's so boring, I don't even know why you'd want it. And people, like, in support of Kumo were also like, why does anyone need the group chat? No one needs the group chat. Who needs to see the group chat? There's nothing in there. There's nothing in the group chat. And then we find out, or at least everyone else finds out, that, that they were, like, advising Cinny to buy a gun in this group chat. So, gee, I wonder why they wanted to, like, hide it so badly. And just, like, blast it into oblivion. I want it now, the Rat King demands. Well, it's one of the reasons why I was, like, asking Vlad if he could, like, cross-reference it with the screenshot that I have. Because one thing I'm concerned about, because, like, Vlad's, like, from Vlad's recollection, I leaked my DMs with Cinny to you in DMs. Uh-huh, I'm sure you did. Wow. What a revelation. Wait, it came up on the wrong thing. Fuck, hold on. I'm just gonna close this entire window. Yes, leave it all. Leave it all, thank you. Wow. Guys, here we have the DMs with Cinny Bear from Vlad. Amazing. If they're going to offer gun advice, what other stupid things did they advise? It's a very good question. It's a very good question. Vlad, how could you? Also, I should mention that this file is just called black.png. So, you know. Great input from Vlad. But yeah, Goblin's going down the route of pretend it didn't happen and just not talk about it and not address it. Yes. Yes, Chris. Enlaa, no! What do you mean? Anyway, that's... I guess my final thoughts on it. Report. Fuck off. Fuck off. Wanted dibs. Vlad, why don't you, like, share with everybody your reason for not giving people this chat export? But, also, I was going to say that, Vlad has told me, and people in my server, that, like, when he was invited because, God damn it, sorry, my brain is all over the place. I'm, like, trying to keep up with you guys, and I'm trying to, like, maintain the fucking psychopathic thoughts in my head. Keep my autism under control. My evil autism. My evil autism. People in my server, don't drag us into this. You're all involved. You guys, we all chased Vlad out of our server. We are too autistic for him. And you guys are fucking autistic. Like, Jesus Christ. I was trying to have a conversation with these guys yesterday, and they were giving me such a fucking headache. There's people in there that don't deserve the heat, as they were only invited as support beacon or whatever the cringe fuck. I mean, yeah, the person that told me all this is one of those people. So I can see that. But, like, at least give it to me, Vlad. I wouldn't leak the whole thing. I would censor out names. You know me. You know me. I wouldn't do a disservice to people who didn't deserve it. Trade offer. Boo, ye of little faith. To be fair, Vlad and I had, like, a spat, like, 2 weeks back because I called Vlad a liar. He was not happy about that. I have considered redacting those names through HTML modding. Well, like, dude, like, if you give me... Listen, I'm trying to level with you, buddy. If you give me the logs, I can just screenshot shit and block out names and information that is, like, not needed, right? You can trust me. You can trust me. Gasp, how could you call Vlad? Well, I thought he was lying at the time, okay? I'm so bad at negotiating. True. And Vlad, I will give you 10% of the $50 reward. 10%! 10%! Only 10%? Okay, fine. 20%. 25, final offer. What does Vlad need the money for? What does Vlad need the money for? He's gonna spend it on booze. I have no reason to lie. I will stand by all 20 of my harassment messages. Oh my god. Yins. Oh, fuck. Pop-Tarts, Enlaa. Pop-Tarts. It's a good reason to spend money. Fine, look. If you... Listen. Here, final offer. If you send me the logs, and I send all the good shit to people, redacting any private information or people who don't need to be involved, I will give you the full $50 if you cut me in 10%. There are 5... Dude! How many messages are in the gossip and drama chat? And look here, listen. How many messages are in the gossip and drama chat in total? Can someone run the numbers for me? So 90%. I will give you 90%. Listen, Vlad, I am autistic. There are no chat logs that are too long for me. I comb through the FCK server chats with Akumu. I can handle it. There are no chat logs that are too long for an autismo like me. Are you fucking serious, North? 229,471 messages in the gossip channel. Are you fucking kidding me? That is a lot of gossip. Your Discord is super... Yeah, I would not invite... Dude, I wanted to... yesterday, I wanted to leave my own server. I wanted to leave my own server. I was so fed up. Why do you never tell us to shut up? Because then people like Vlad complain that I'm like, it's toxic positivity. You're too toxic positive. Why are you trying to control people? I will never comprehend why anyone cares. You don't have to care, Vlad. That's the best part. You don't have to care. You don't have to care at all. I like how I'm being grabbed over a group DM log. Yeah, no, listen. Chris said he will pay out the $50 if it's good. If it's good shit. It's very possible. There's still, like, the possibility that the group chat really is full of nothing, and it's just full of, like, stupid memes and cringe, like, comfort shit. And them just, like, manipulating the fuck out of Cindybear and giving her stupid advice. It could really just be that. It could be, like... It could be full of absolutely nothing, like Kumo says, right? But there's a chance. And you haven't read them yet. We need to see the logs. Okay, sorry. For those who are, like, just tuning in and don't know what's going on, I'll just put this on screen. That way you have, like, the context there, or at least most of it. I'll consider it. Okay. We're getting somewhere. The thing is, the only shit that Vlad cared enough about, the biggest reason why he, like, exported it at all was to, like, was for self-preservation, because Vlad has been very transparent about the fact that he only cares about his own involvement and the extension of his non-involvement and, like, keeping his own name clean, which is fine. Understood, Mr. Pooh. I will await your decision on my deal that Enlaa is bad at negotiating. Fuck off! Fuck off. I'll buy it. I'll buy that for $1. Send Mitzi? No, fuck off! She's not worth a fucking group chat DM, like, log. Fuck off. But yeah. That's really all the, actually, yeah, that's all I have for you guys about that. But yeah, just my take on it is that the fact that Kumo and, the fact that Kumo was so, like, confident that he would give, like, his own DMs with Cinny, thinking that they would, like, clear his name somehow instead of making it worse for himself. And the fact that they would post that god-awful, like, confrontation video that they did with Cindybear, thinking that would clear their names. But, like, the group chat is, like, too much. This group chat that is apparently full of nothing is, like, too much to share with people and be transparent about. That's weird. That's fucking weird to me. Yeah, apparently Kumo gave Cinny his personal phone number. I don't know. I don't think... Here's my take on that. I think I've given my take on it before, but I'll just say it here for, like, people who haven't seen my take on it. I don't think it's either. I don't think Kumo was, like, infatuated with Cindybear. I don't think that he, like, had any romantic interest in Cindybear. I don't even really think that he had, like, a friendship interest with Cindybear, truly. I don't think he did. I also don't think that he was simply using Cinny to get after Birdie, because Kumo had, like, zero reason to go after Birdie before. Like, he had no axe to grind with Birdie at all, and he didn't even know who Birdie was before all this, and he just suddenly realized that he hated Birdie so much to, like, go down this insane rabbit hole for absolutely no reason. I truly think that it's twofold, right? Here's my opinion on it. I think that one, Kumo and Goblin and Evan, but especially Kumo and Goblin, I think they really, really, really wanted their Ponder Sprocket moment where they could like, because you like in 2017 when Spoctor was like accused of accused of sexting an 8-year-old and like all that, those original accusations before like the CP allegations, before all that, and everybody was like against Spoctor, right? You couldn't find a single video in support of Spoctor, and Ponder Sprocket comes out of nowhere and makes this like amazing video clearing his name and like proving everybody wrong and turning like everybody's opinions upside down, causing an uproar, and she got fucking big from that. She got like a huge rep bonus from that. Like she became like the face of the ACC. Like she became the #1 most trusted word in the ACC, the authority, basically. I think they wanted a moment like that where people would look to them and go, wow, you really changed our minds. But they also have such egos that they couldn't stand people telling them that they were wrong and showing them that they were wrong, that they just doubled, tripled, and quadrupled down. Do you think he was also riding the high of the Lyo drama? That's possible. Maybe. I don't know. I really don't know. That's part of it. The second factor is I think that while I don't think he had like an attraction to Cinny Bear, I think it's true when he says that I think it's true. There's some truth to it when he says, and when well, actually, you know what? Since it's there, this was made public, I'm gonna share it with you guys because this plays into it a little bit. I don't even know if I can find it at this point. Oh, Jesus Christ. Why does it jump scare me every time? Vapor Pony tip $2. Thank you for the super chat, dude. That's awesome. Appreciated, man. Autism. Tell me about it. God damn it. What do I even look up to find this? I'm trying to find Kato's, like, original tweet about it. Because before Kato left the server, she kind of just decided to share, like, her DMs with Goblin. God damn it, I can't find anything in this fucking place. I suck at this. Why do you guys yap so much? This is why there are, like, over 200,000 fucking messages in this place. And they only allow you to pin things, to pin 50 posts. Finally revisiting the Cinny Bear. Well, now that things are calmed down, yes. I wanted to stay out of it while it was happening. Because I was too close to, like, I guess, like, too close to one of the sources, I guess you could say. Like, because I guess the reason why I wanted to stay out of it was because things between Kumo and I were still, like, somewhat heated. And, like, we had just had our, like, big falling out. And I kind of wanted to keep that quiet because I just didn't want to deal with the drama. And you guys can't imagine how badly I wanted to tell people. Like, ever since I found out about this, I was like, Jesus Christ. Like, oh boy. But, like, I was, like, you know, talking to other people behind the scenes, and a lot of people, like, I think, like, 3 people were like, it's best just to, like, not touch it for now. And, the person that I was talking to about the group chat, even they suggested, like, I don't know, I think it's best to just, like, step away from it and not talk about it. But, like, we are gonna talk about the cat video that Cinny put out. I'm just trying to find these goddamn messages. For fuck's sake. Use keyword search. I'm trying. I'm trying. I just don't even remember where it was said. I know that she made a fucking Twitter post about it. Okay, okay, back. I'm never gonna find it, guys. Oh wait, someone pinged me. Oh, pinged me. Thank you! Jesus Christ, thank you, Trinket. Thank you. Jesus Christ. I just have to make sure these are the right ones. Oh, I don't want, like, her entire DMs. Jesus Christ. Like, she, like, I gotta be honest, Keto went kind of like goblin mode for a little bit. Now you guys understand why I try to keep, like, regular chatter separate from the Gossip and Drama channel. Now you guys understand why, because when I try to, like, go back and cross-reference stuff, it's impossible to find anything. So, when you guys, next time you guys get annoyed at me for, like, trying to tell you guys to take your conversation elsewhere, remember this. Remember this. Remember me spending, like, 30 minutes trying to find this goddamn message. Alright. All I remember, and it's unfortunate that I don't have it, because I can't fucking find it, but she posted a screenshot before this of Goblin saying that she and Kumo planned on making videos defending Cinny, using literally the word defending Cinny Bear, after Cinny Bear put out her response. Can't believe weed makes you a groomer. No, I think they were talking, that part in particular, that part in particular about the weed conspiracy was them talking about, like, Cinny yapping about how she wanted to kill Birdie. That's what that was in reference to. Anyway, on the 22nd, Goblin, out of nowhere, decides to message Kato talking about, Cinny. And this is them talking about Cinny. You know, I hope she isn't too insufferable. I don't really care. I don't really make content anymore. It's not that I don't want to. I'm not cut out for commentary, and that's okay, but I hope you're enjoying it. Goblin says, she's great. She's just going through a lot of shit. Kumo can relate to her, and I can too. And I think that's interesting that, like, these people who have already acknowledged that, you know, that Cinny definitely did inappropriate shit with a minor. But they're not defending her, guys, yeah. And yeah, Kato sent these to me as well. So I already knew about this. Again, I knew about it when the messages were sent, basically. It's just weird that they were like, oh, we were never planning on defending her. We were never going to defend her. When Goblin literally tells Kato, I'm going to defend them. I'm going to make a video defending her. It's just like, how much more transparent can you get? How many times can you say it was just a joke? It was just a joke. You know what I mean? For fuck's sake, I really can't find this screenshot. It's gonna drive me nuts. The only... here's how much Vlad doesn't really care. All he gave us in terms of the group chat is just, every time he said something. That's all we got from the group chat. Like, Vlad is pretty transparent about the fact that he only cares about his name in this, and that's fair. It's just frustrating. It's just very frustrating. You're blaming on your audience for having fun? Fuck off. I think, without getting, like, too personal about it, because, like, look, Goblin, or no, not Goblin, Kumo can, like, just say the most weird conspiratorial shit about me, but I'm not gonna do the same for him. But, like, I do think that he related to Cinny, in the fact that, like, he saw... In a way, I think that he saw himself in her. That's why it's so difficult for me, Trinket Box. I can't just find the shit, you know? And then Kato yaps a lot, too. I'm not saying... Okay, when I say that he related to her in the fact that he saw himself in her, I'm not saying that, like, he's also, like, a groomer or pedophile, right? I'm not saying that. I'm not saying he's, like, done some shit. I just think that, like, he saw something in her that he could relate to. And maybe he genuinely did want to be friends. I don't know. I think he just saw Cindy Bear as like another person that he could control and manipulate. And the fact that like how many subs does Cindy have? Like if he saw an opportunity to make it big, like redeeming somebody that has a really, really, really big subscriber count. Maybe you should make a thread for people to only send evidence so this stuff doesn't get lost in the weeds. Uh, I have a feeling that if I tried that, it would just it would go south, but like it's a good idea. Poop mission complete. It's not complete yet. Cuz I don't Oh, you're okay, I see. I see what you meant. Fuck off. Why does okay, Vlad, why do you feel the need to tell me every time you're taking a shit? Why? What do you mean, Cliff? I mean, that was obvious. It's not a conspiracy if it's true. Clef, it is not a conspiracy if it's true. You could see it in the DMs and in that video that he was angry that he couldn't manipulate Cinny. Anyway, that's it for the goblin stuff.